Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Native Drums. I'm Josiellia Williams, your host for this evening, and I have here with me my dear cousin, friend, our grandmother, our great grandmothers, our sisters. Yes, so we are sisters. Amen. Yes, we be sisters. Let's welcome to Native Drums, everyone. Senator Maggie Glover. Hello.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you.
It's such a pleasure to have you here with me today. As Elaine and I were talking on the last show, on this assignment.
Thank you.
This is an assignment.
I am honored to have been asked.
Oh, wonderful. And this is Women's History Month, and we are celebrating women. And what better way than to celebrate a legend like you?
Well, thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
But I am that because of every voter in this community who came forward never would have been anywhere near this without all of you.
Yes.
And I thank you.
I tell you, because I can remember when we spoke it into existence. We used to call you Senator Glover before you even became Senator Glover.
Thank you.
That goes to let you know there's power in the tongue.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
It is.
Before we began broadcasting, we were having a great conversation, and Cass said, "You're wasting information. Come on, let's get this rolling." So we did not want to leave our viewers out on this wonderful conversation. So, as we know, you have a lot of firsts in your life. Your assignment was first. And so you ran for the school board.
Yes, a game where the people were absolutely amazing. One of the things that Florence Morning News said that they had never seen that many car bumper stickers. They had never seen that many for any candidate.
Wow.
And they were purple and gold.
Oh, of course.
And people like my deacon, Mr. Calvin Sellers,
Yes.
had them on every cab. I mean, and people who said, "I don't put bumper stickers on my car." And the purple and gold had a lot to do with it.
Course.
My name happened to just be on it. But an amazing victory. And so from that election, I, was made to understand it is never about the candidate. It's the people who elect you.
Yeah.
You have said to them, "I will be your voice, and I will do what you ask me to do." And I've kept that, because when people are that kind to you,
Yeah.
you dare not, at least from our grandmamas,
Yes.
from that foundation they taught us.
Definitely.
You got to know when to say thank you,
Yeah,
baby.
you better.
Yes, indeed. And so from that kind of foundation, it's important that you be a listener. This ain't about you. It wasn't about Maggie. It was about these people trusting me to do what they elected me to do.
Yes.
I got one vote. Could not have ever, and nobody else can do it with just your vote. And just you and your family.
Yeah.
Won't do it. Won't do it. And so, thank God, He has allowed me to listen.
Yeah.
To listen.
And that's important to listen. Because like I always say, and I tell the children, God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth.
One mouth.
You
Yes.
should listen more than you speak.
Yeah, thank you.
And once you listen, then, and because he's talking as well.
Mm-hmm.
Once you listen, then he gives you the permission to
Thank you.
speak.
Yes, indeed.
Go and speak.
Thank you. Yes. Yes, what thus saith the people.
There you go. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Now, from the school board, this is a story we were not going to catch jokes on us. From the school board, you became House of Representative, Maggie Glover.
Yes,
So,
from the 6th
Congressional District. So
Yes.
let's talk about that.
Okay, as I was saying then,
Yes.
Representative Frank Gilbert then,
Mm-hmm.
who was also my high school counselor at the mighty Wilson High School. And everybody who graduated during the 60s
Mm-hmm.
and early 70s remember well Frank Gilbert.
Yes. Yes.
And so one day, right after we had been able, after years and years of work with Dr. Beck,
Yes.
Reverend L.B. Burgess,
Mm-hmm.
I think Fisher was in fact, I know it was Fisher at Cumberland. All of these people, we worked years trying to get the 6th Congressional District because the PD held the wealth of black folk
Okay.
in this area, and we did not have a representative at that time. We did not have anyone, and so it was important for these men who brought in the NAACP and of all of the black groups,
Right.
brought them together, and I'd say maybe in the 3rd year, we were finally able, through reapportionment, to have them to create the 6th Congressional District. And so, having worked with Representative Gilbert, then at that time, having worked hard in getting this done, came to my house one day and flopped down in my chair in the living room, and he says, I don't have a lot of time, but let me tell you why I'm here. He says, Maggie, I'm going to run for the Senate seat, and you're going to run for my House seat. I just got elected to the school board. Anyway, he has always been, even in high school, my mentor. And so when he ran and got elected to the Senate, and I stand corrected, we got the 6th Congressional District when he became the senator. But he came and told me he was running for South Carolina Senate. You're running for my House seat. Well, when we got the district, Senator Gilbert came back to my house and told me the exact same thing. Seats had changed. He says, I'm going to run for the congressional seat. You're running for my Senate seat. Being that he is my mentor and my high school counselor, again, from our upbringing,
Yes.
you don't talk back to your elders.
Because he gave you an assignment.
Yes, yes. And so that's exactly what I did. I ran and got elected to the House, ran and got elected to the Senate, ran unopposed. First time in South Carolina's history, for a Senate seat
To be unopposed.
unopposed.
First again. See, we didn't know that first.
Yes. Thank God. Thank God.
Now that was truly an assignment. You were
Yes.
like I was saying with the event with the Elaine interview. When God has something for you, it's for you,
Oh, thank you.
and
Yes.
nothing and no one can stop it.
Thank you, Father. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And so that's how that happened. And I served 13
I was
years
about
in
to
it.
ask how many years? 13.
Yeah. 8 in the
In
House,
the house. Okay.
and 13 in the Senate.
Mm.
And trying times, valley experiences, mountain experiences, a lot of joy, a lot of tears. But I tried to stay strong and remember that it was never ever about Maggie.
Right.
It was always what the people
What
wanted.
people wanted.
A quick story,
Mm-hmm.
to so that the audience understands what I mean by that. If you will all remember, south of the border,
Yes.
and what was the games? Why did we go to the south of the border? Video poker.
Oh yeah.
Yes, indeed. And if those people who know Maggie, I am as stingy as I can be. And so gambling and that kind of thing, that's not me, because I'm counting every penny.
Mhm.
Every penny. And but representing Marion and Marion County then, south of the border was right in the heart of the district.
Right.
And when I did the research and discovered that there were more people, because normally it's the school district in most districts where the people, for example, in Florence, there are more people employed in the school district.
Okay.
Teachers, or whatever.
Right. Mhm.
That's where the largest number of the citizens were. In Marion, it was south of the border. They had the largest number of employees.
Really?
Yes, that whole little complex that sat on the North Carolina, South Carolina line. And no matter where you came from, going north or south, they were going to stop at south of the border.
Mhm.
And that is what made them the number one employee and the base of the economy. And the people told me so.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't about how stingy Maggie is and I don't play this.
Right.
They did. And this is the rock bottom of their economy.
Mm-hmm.
So I share this because that was my first time taking the podium,
Mm-hmm.
was to convince this body,
Mm-hmm.
my colleagues here, that it was important to the people in my district that we do this. No matter what you think,
Right.
still, it's their livelihood.
That's right.
And encourage them to do as I had done. Don't make this personal. It's not about what you like or what you would do.
Right.
It's about the people,
The people.
that elected you.
That's right.
You got to become a listener. And we were able to hold off that year. But that's what I mean, ladies and gentlemen, about listening.
Listening.
Yes,
That's
you
right.
got to do that.
Got to listen. Got to listen. That's really inspiring. What? Okay, so you said that was the first time you took the podium to defend your people. Now, what are some of the bills that you introduced that you are most passionate about? Share that with us.
And this started in the House.
Okay.
Kay Patterson, Senator Patterson, was also another mentor of mine. And, 38-year history of dialogue about the Confederate flag in South Carolina. So, Senator Gilbert, Senator Patterson, Senator Washington, all of them, I'd had conversations with, and I referenced Senator Patterson because when I came to the House, he had just left the House. But his time in the Senate, he had been so vocal on that Confederate flag. He was always the spokesman. But in the House, no one had ever introduced legislation to remove the flag. So that was the first piece of legislation that I introduced to in the House, to have the Confederate flag removed from atop the State House and out of the House and Senate chambers.
Oh, wow.
Because when I got to the House, it was such a moving experience coming in for the first time. You come in and come up the escalators and you go into the rotunda. But once you get into the rotunda and walk up the stairs to the left to go into the House, at the top of those stairs, when you look up, there's a picture of our shero, Mary McLeod Bethune, is right there. And that was just amazing to me. The first day I walked and saw my sister. Honey, that was my encouragement every morning. I looked in that sister's face. And so I would come. Now, the first day I did go in and realize that to say the pledge, you had in the House chambers and the same way in the Senate, you had the South Carolina flag, the U.S. flag, and the Confederate flag. 3 flags flapping up here in your face. And I'm going, really? It's on top of the State House, beating in the wind. And I'm going, I'm going to put my hand over my heart and pledge with, I don't think so. So from that day on, pretty much I waited looking into the chambers, but I waited in the gallery. So that, no, I couldn't, it was not a pleasant experience. And so, so that also was instrumental in my putting in this legislation. And soon after that, we went, that's when I went to the Senate. I put it in there again. And that's when we really, really started to work on it. Because Senator Robert Ford from out of Charleston joined me. And that too, having never met the man before, I met him that day. One of the things he wanted to do was also to introduce a bill to have the Confederate flag removed. And so he was willing to sign on.
With you.
Yeah, since I had already put it in.
Right.
To sign in. And so it became our foundation, joining with Senator Patterson and all of the other senators who laid the groundwork for us to move on with that bill. And you know the history of how that went. We were able to get it out of both chambers, but they took it from atop of the State House and put it high level on the Confederate soldier. And so after that, in 2004 is when I left. I left the Senate in 2004. And so when I left, it was still on the Confederate soldier. And so after that is when Governor Haley, after the shooting, is when she, as governor, removed it from eye level.
There was a story the other week, well, during the memorial service in Columbia, Jesse Jackson, and it was stated that he also spoke with Governor Haley in reference to that flag.
Yes. That it was important to black folk. It was important, as Jesse has always said to us, the rainbow. There are good people who understood that you cannot mistreat your brother, your sister, and then see that as victory. It just God created us all.
Yes.
And we have to learn to respect. That's why it became the rainbow. Push.
Yes.
The rainbow. And because there were a lot of people who did not agree with that as being a part of our state. And certainly put it, because it was history, put it in the Confederate Museum. That's where it belonged. And you could continue to tell your story, because we all had to admit it was. They were successful in getting it on top of this building. And you have to give them credit for it. But new day, new time, new knowledge for a new generation. And that's history. And so now let us play our
There
history.
you go. There you go.
Yes.
You're right. Everyone has a story.
Thank you.
Yes, everyone
Thank
has
you.
a story,
Mhm.
and the stories continue as they progress. They change.
Yes.
You know, we're in the
Thank you.
21st century now.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And so, yes, that.
Now,
Oh.
73. Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
I'm getting ready to go.
right.
Yeah, go
The
on.
other pieces of legislation was, and the story on I-73,
Yes.
the interstate coming into South Carolina. That was something I introduced. Well,
Yeah.
I'll have to explain that story to you.
Yeah.
But then the getting Dr. King's holiday
Okay.
was another piece. And then I think the thing that I'm most proud of is when South Carolina created its educational lottery. And after months of arguing with them, during this time is when the state was talking about making South Carolina State University, the University of South Carolina at Orangeburg.
Oh,
Yes.
my.
And that's when they were asking South Carolina State to pay back 25,000, 25, was it 25? I'm thinking $25 million a grant that they had gotten, but now all of a sudden it was a loan, and they were asking them to pay it back. Again, all of this is a long story, but because I needed them to understand that we had just given $52 million to Clemson to create a hog pen for them to do, yes, to do research. To do research. Why is it that South Carolina State, named for you, has to pay theirs back? No, 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 no. And so was able to get them, after getting all of my caucus senators, all of the black senators,
Right.
all of us signed off and took the floor in support of this. And so we were able to get that. And with the educational lottery, for the first time in this state's history, I was able to get the Hope Life Scholarship for students with a 3.0, a B average,
Okay.
to be able to get a high school scholarship
for college.
to go to college from the 5 HBCUs private, and that was Allen, Benedict, Claflin, Morris, and Voorhees.
Okay.
The 5 historically black colleges, for the first time, their graduates was able to get scholarship money. And I patterned it after the Palmetto scholarship, and that scholarship also helped my colleagues to understand the need for this, because the Palmetto scholarship was a 3.5 and above. And doing research, of the 46 of us, South Carolina has 46 senators. Most of the students was like a 3.8 and above. None of them let's put it this way, none of us
Mm.
would have gotten the Pell Meta scholarship.
My goodness.
And even then, if you go back and look at the recipients,
Right.
Lou Patel's,
Oh.
they were not American. They may have been born here, but they were not the
Okay.
the South Carolina.
We got you.
Thank you. Yes, and so we were able, once again, with all of the caucus members, because we knew this would help, and it's that B average student
Mm-hmm.
that needed the help. They needed the scholarship. They needed funds to be able to continue their education.
Right.
And I'm honored to say, to this day, the Life Hope Scholarship, that's
That's
the piece I like.
Yes, yes. So all the funds from the lottery go towards just that.
Not
particular-
all of them.
Okay.
Yes.
That's
But it started out
Mhm.
as the first year was like 36 million. By the third year, it was 71 million.
Mhm.
And so every year, because the educational lottery still exists,
Right.
and we people, we no longer have video poker, so they moved from video poker to the educational lottery, and so the money grows.
Right.
The money
Right.
grows, and so we are over 100 million now. That's divided up statewide.
Wow.
No matter where you are in South Carolina, you are eligible
For the
for the Hope Life
Hope Life
Scholarship.
Scholarship.
Mhm.
I see it whenever I'm doing my taxes. I see that. Did you receive the Hope Life? I
Yes.
sure do. I see that.
Yes.
Wow, wow.
yes.
So we thank you for that.
I think.
Now, I-73. Let's go
Oh,
with that
I-73.
Because there was a lot of work
Put into that, yes.
Because it's been a long time discussion.
Right. And to date, South Carolina has not built its section of I-73 yet. And that's why it was most interesting this past week
Right.
when the General Assembly decided to name a bridge for Charlie Clerk and to name the I-73 interstate in South Carolina for Donald J. Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And it immediately caused me to think, I wonder, do they know the history of I-73 in South Carolina? Out the gate, because I-73 became the brain work of a young man from Florence, Anthony Cooper, a graduate of Clark, Atlanta University. Not an engineer. Most of us will remember Mr. Cooper from his work with Congressman Ed Young and the original Channel 13.
Mm-hmm.
He worked at the station and worked for the congressman. And so that was, that was his beginning
Right.
with this political arena
Mm-hmm.
that he later found himself in. And when, looking for a project for in his senior year, he said he was home and heard the announcement that the federal government had put out the fact that they were doing I-73,
Okay.
a new interstate. And the South Carolina's portion was to start in Wallace, North Carolina, come into the state, join with Highway 17,
Okay.
and go toward the ocean, out the Atlantic.
Mm-hmm.
And so this young man and another, and I'm sorry, if I had known I would have brought it, but
Right.
there was another young man, also at Clark, that worked with him.
Okay.
But Tony primarily did the research and all for this, and came up with a plan that brought, following the federal requirements
Yeah,
for
right.
it. And he brought it here to our General Assembly. And he wanted to, introduce it and have South Carolina General Assembly to look at and possibly accept
Right.
his plan, because he had indeed done everything that the federal government said that they would do.
Right.
And couldn't get it through. Couldn't get it through because there were others who had other ideas
Mm-hmm.
about what they wanted in South Carolina. And their plan, kind of paralleled 95.
Okay.
And they kind of brought it from Wallace into Florence. And, by hook and crook to get it here. Anyway, the long and short of it is Mr. Cooper, like I said, was here in Florence, born here, and I've always
Right.
known his mom and his dad, Miss Marcia Cooper, and his father is still to this day the barber in Darlington,
Okay.
South Carolina, Mr. Cooper. And he brought it to me a little distressed because he had worked so hard trying to get the members of his delegation to look at it, accept it, and
Right.
kind of push it through. And like I said, that didn't happen. So, as I said in the beginning, I'm a listener. And so it wasn't about what Maggie wanted.
Mm-hmm.
It was about this young man who had done this brilliant piece of work,
Right.
brought it to me in its form where he had the narrative, everything following the rules, and was so disheartened by the fact that they were unwilling to even give it the inspection that he thought that they should have done. And so, talking with others, I decided to, since South Carolina wouldn't do it, the actor, Mr. Thompson, was in Congress at the time, and was over this committee, transportation, and under which these interstates had come. And so I sent it directly to him. And like I said, Mr. Cooper had written up a strong, and had I known it, I would have brought it so you could see, but a strong, Florence Morning News had it front page some years ago.
Okay.
And so it is it's in their archives.
Okay.
And so those of you who might be interested, look it up. But I wrote to them and sent them the plan and asked them to review it and to to respond to Mr. Cooper about anything that they found. Or well, to be honest, never got a call, never got a letter, anything but back from them. And so like Mr. Cooper, this young, brilliant, young black man.
Right.
I too had this distress and I'm saying, I know it just cannot be simply because it's a black man. It cannot be that. When he during that year called me and told me that he was told by here in South Carolina that it can't be her. We can't, and they are upset that she would go step over us, and so. But in that following year, this would have been 2002, following the exact route of Mr. Cooper, the federal government came and put up these signs that said, and if you went to the beach anytime from 2002 on, you saw proposed route of I-73.
And it was his plan.
It was his plan, entering South Carolina on 38, coming through poor black Marlborough County, coming down to 76, 41, and 501. That same intersection that we go to now, turn left to go to Dillon, turn right to go to Marion, Lower Marion, Britain's Neck, all down that way on 41.
Right.
That was the route he had drawn. And the rest is history.
So they acknowledged that was his route?
Of course not.
That's
That's
the
why,
point I want to bring out to make sure that our viewers understand that.
That's why I am telling this story, because I need all of them to understand that this is the work of a young Florentine from Clark Atlanta University that gave us this proposed
Right.
I-73 route that went on, and because if you even notice now, it was Myrtle Beach that introduced, the representatives from Myrtle Beach that introduced this legislation to name it, because it's coming through. That's where he sent it, to Myrtle Beach. The I-17, not I-17, Highway 17, there. And portion of Georgetown into Myrtle Beach, where it would end in the Atlantic Ocean. And honey, and I think, and this is Maggie, don't bank on it. But part of that is to get the president to give them the funds.
Okay. So that's what they've done.
To give them the funds to help them.
So what, that has been the whole, all the time, the funding? Or?
Yes, primarily. Yes.
And so 2002 up until
Well,
what happened?
they took it. I ran for re-election in 04.
Okay.
All the signs came up in 2004. Don't know what happened, just like we did not know when they put them down. They took them up.
They went up, then they came down.
They came down during my re-election.
And so now they are talking about it again.
Yes.
With the same plan.
And this is now,
with a new twist upon it.
this is now 2026. That was 2002.
20 plus years ago. And it's still not, but well, that's the story.
That's the story.
Oh, they may not realize the history. Some
I know
do,
they
and
don't.
Some, yeah,
I know.
because the important part is probably buried
Yes.
on purpose.
We're very good at that.
Oh
Yes.
my goodness.
Yes,
Well, such as it is, but that's another reason we have to continue to push.
yes. One final request of this audience.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this year, 26, through the number of primaries, and I am so pleased and so happy that we have been successful as Democrats to be able to win nationwide. We've been able to win primaries because we have been vocal and we have become the listeners that our nation, particularly at this time, needs to have people to understand that no, we're talking about affordability and being able to get a job, that under this new administration, so many were lost in the opening of your first year in the second term.
Yes, yes.
and particularly black women. With all of the jobs that were taken away, and you keep saying, "Oh, they're back," and but that doesn't play out on the grassroots level. We're not enjoying the kind of prosperity they're talking about.
Right.
That's just not happening for any of us. This isn't about black folk. It's about that working class. Black, white, Native American, all of us who have to work for a living.
That's right.
Things are not as glorious as they want to have us believe. They keep telling us that, hoping that soon we will believe that. And no, that's not what's happening. So, ladies and gentlemen, so that we can use the power God has blessed us with, we have got to register every family member, every church member, every community member, every work member, across the board. I don't care who you are. You've got to come in and work as Democrats to make sure we continue to win these districts, so that we change. And even all of the pundits have said, it looks like we will change the House. And I do mean the Congressional House of Representatives. And if with hard work, we can do that, which will change what is coming out of Washington now. Wars and anything to get away from dealing with the real deal. Well, we got an administration that doesn't want to deal with the Epstein files. They don't want to deal with affordability that they promised. No, we will start wars just unconstitutional. Congress was given the only power to declare a war. But we now have a king, a dictator, who is telling us what he wants us to do. And don't question him. And no, God, through our founders, gave us a constitution with a preamble that begins, we the people. We the people. And so people, you got to use, don't squander the power we have been given. Make them understand. We know the history. We know what our past has been. We know what the Constitution guarantees us as women and as people. And we need to use it. And certainly if we do what we need to do in 26, we will own 28.
Well said. And another thing that we have to watch out for, we need to make sure that we are still registered because of the purging.
Yes. Please, people, go check. They will tell you. They have to. And if I shows up, you already see the kinds of things that your king, your dictator, who has already given an executive order that how he wants elections run. No, the Constitution says the state has that power, not the president. And so, please do that. Because if you have not voted in 2 general elections, you're purged. If you didn't vote last year, go check anyway. If you know you did not participate, I'm guaranteed you have been, that is law. If you don't vote in the last 2 general elections, you're purged. And so with all deliberate speed, you go and then take those people, always go and take people with you to register to vote. By executive order, he claims he is ending mail-in ballots. Now, mind you, in America, fraudulent voting is not something that happens. We don't have people out here running in to the polls trying to vote cause and knowing that they can't vote. That isn't happening. That's why we out here begging you to register them now. And I don't know that South Carolina has ever had anybody to vote that should not have been voting. Nationwide. Nationwide, out of the 334 million of us. You can't find 100. You can't find 50 of people who illegally voted. Who? What? That didn't even make sense. So for you to cut off something like that, when understanding that seniors, who are unable, that's why it was created to begin with, so that you could have mail-in ballots. And now you're going to end that talking about the number of people who vote. That's why he lost in 20. All of the illegal, the aliens who voted. And by the way, aliens from outer space. These are immigrants. Not an alien.
Thank you. Now, with the voting situation, the identification that you will need in order to vote, that picture ID and all of that.
And to be honest, I had voted with my driver's license and I got my voter registration card, but it's in my wallet. I can snatch my driver's license out of the front, that's on the front of the wallet.
And I too have done that.
And I've done that for years.
Yes.
So, what he is trying to do is college students who in the past have been able to use their college IDs, which is a picture ID.
So they've been
and he's saying no to that. And if you don't have a picture ID, you've got to find your birth certificates and your if your name has changed, your wedding certificate, and all of these things that he knows. Do you know how many black folk that don't have birth certificates because they're midwives, and many were filed Many were not.
And even some of the children whose parents were in the army back in those days that were born in other states. And then they come here, and it's difficult to get there.
I thank you, yes. And see, they know that. And that's what they're trying to do, is to make sure you don't vote. And so, no. You, God has been too good.
Yes.
To each and every one of us.
And too many people have died.
Thank you, cousin. Yes, far too many.
Yes.
And we stand on their shoulders.
Yes, we do.
When you think about the fact that we didn't get the right to vote until 1965. Come on. No. You dare not.
That was after I was born.
Thank you. Thank you. Women, white women got to vote the 1820. 1920. And we were out there marching with them. They got it. We didn't. Until Dr. King and all of SNCC and SCLC.
That's right.
All of them. The black church that marched and picketed and sat in and got beat up and spat on and water hosed and dog bitten, all of that, so that 64, we got the right for civil rights to be able to check in, live wherever your money would allow you to. And then 65, they didn't stop when we got the Civil Rights Act of 64. They went right on because it said it had no power until we could vote. And in 65, we got that. And so no, my brothers and sisters. You stand on their shoulders.
Yes.
And you pass that on so your children will know to continue to make sure that that never goes away. That you have a constitutional right to participate in the government of your country.
Now, one last question. What do you think it will take, or what it's going to take in order to convince the Gen Zs and some of the other generations, because it's a lot of them are not voting.
I'm really
and then
surprised
when they are
by
voting.
Thank you. I'll just think, 21% of this nation's black men, Gen Z and all, voted for Donald J. Trump. 7% black women voted for this president.
What do you think attributed to that? The misinformation?
Exactly. Exactly. But, praise God, remember 2008, when the world said it could not be done. We, black folk, and our other brothers and sisters elected Barack Obama to the White House. And nobody thought that would happen. But I can talk about Florence in general. When we went into the bottom Philadelphia street, and we call it the bottom. When we went into the bottom and registered brothers and sisters who not only registered, they came and stood in line.
Mm-hmm.
And 95% of the registered black folk, the highest percentage ever, came across and voted for Barack Obama. And then we lost a little percentage, but 92% came back in 12 and re-elected.
I think that shocked them.
Yes, we did it then. We can do it again.
Now and and he says he would not run again, but if he were to run again, if that were possible.
Thank you. He would win again. Win again. And the beautiful thing about it, it would be our other brothers and sisters who also would come and re-elect this man. And I am so encouraged when I see that on used to be Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of this as they talk about this man, the swagger, and how we were respected around the world. We were that beacon on the hill. And honestly, there's this cartoon that I just absolutely love. It's a picture of the Statue of Liberty. And under this present administration, where she had been always holding up her lamp to guide those longing to be free to come to America, standing in the harbor. There's this cartoon now, this picture of her where the beacon is down on her lantern is down on the ground, and sister got 2 suitcases and said, I'm out of here. We are so far from that because we got ICE not only killing people, Americans,
they kill
collecting aliens. Why would you call any other human being
an alien? I tell you, we could go on and on and on.
Yes.
But Cash is standing up now.
Yes.
But
we are way over our hour.
That's quite all right. That's quite all right. There's actually no time limit. But it has, you are amazing. You are. And I could listen to you all day, all night long, so. But we're going to save some for later. But you're always welcome to come back, and we will be calling you back.
Oh, thank you.
Awesome. Yes.
I love you. Come on. Let's bring it through. Let's bring it out. Both Mrs. Williams and Glover, and our director, who's cutting his eyes at both of us.
Mr. William Bill Stoops.
Mr. Stoops.
Better known as Cash. Everyone knows Cash.
Yes, indeed. But we want to come back and just grin from ear to ear.
Definitely.
And thank you for doing what must be done.
Amen. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
Much love to you.
Thank you.
This has been amazing, everyone. So thank you ever so much for watching, viewing Native Drums. As I said earlier, we are celebrating women because this is Women's History Month.
Yes, indeed.
So definitely celebrate the woman in your life, whether it be your mother, your wife, your sister, your daughters. Celebrate them and let them know how much you love them and how important they are to you in your life.
Yes, please.
Have a great evening, and you're watching Native Drums on at Savannah Baptist Church. I was about to say Almighty 105.1. Make sure you listen, okay? 10 until 3. Have a great evening.